In today's video, we will be talking chop health and lip care. What is going on, everyone? My name is Joshua Rzepka, and in today's video, we will be talking chop health and lip care. This video is going to be helpful for all trumpet players and actually all brass players. Now, you're going to want to watch until the very end because I've got a couple giveaways. My good friends at Chop Saver and Robinson's Remedies, they gave me some extra product so that I could do some giveaways. So watch until the end so you can find out how to enter for your free chance to win. In today's video, we will be talking about a couple things. We're going to start off with some tips for chop health, things that are going to help you play and feel better. And then we are going to be talking about Robinson's Remedies and Chop Saver, two products that were created for brass players in order to keep your lips healthy and to keep your chops feeling great. And then as you see, I've got all this stuff sitting in front of me. I did a poll in the Positive Trumpeters Worldwide group. I asked everybody what their favorite lip care product was and what they do to keep their chops feeling great every day. So I am excited to share the results of that poll. Now, starting off, I've got a couple tips that will help you keep your chops fresh and healthy and feeling good and ready to play. As winter comes around and the weather changes and it gets colder and the humidity drops, it is especially important that we keep this first tip in mind, and that is to stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water. Make sure that you always have a water bottle that you keep around, and get one of those refillable ones. If your lips are starting to dry out, that means you're already dehydrated. So you want to really make sure you stay on top of it. No amount of Robinson's Remedies or Chop Saver or Blistex or any of these is going to save you if you are dehydrated. Now that brings me to my second tip. Make sure that you are getting enough sleep. Sleep is when our bodies recover. Every athlete knows that. If you've got a hard workout, if you go for a big run, your body needs to recover. Your muscles actively recover while you are sleeping. So if you're not getting enough sleep, your chops won't be able to recover either. And the lactic acid that's built up into them and the damage that you get from pressing that mouthpiece against your face, it's just not going to have a chance to clear out of your system and recover. I know when I'm on the road, sometimes I don't get a lot of sleep. There are some nights where I've got a really early lobby call and I've got to be down there 3, 4 a.m. and I only get a couple hours of sleep. By the time I get my horn out later in the day at sound check, I can feel it in my chops. I know that I'm just not as fresh as if I would have gotten a full night of sleep. So it's very important that we don't neglect our sleep. And if you have the opportunity to get a full night, 7, 8 hours of sleep, make sure that you do. Your chops will thank you. Now, a little earlier, I mentioned that when the weather changes and it gets colder, the humidity drops. So one thing that you can do while you're sleeping, get a humidifier, put it in your room, put it in your bed, and that will help raise the humidity while you're sleeping, and hopefully you're gonna wake up in the morning and your lips won't be more chapped than they were when you went to sleep the night before. So I mentioned a little bit earlier, Robinson's Remedies and Chop Saver. I'm gonna go in depth a little bit on both of these because they're such great products. They were created just for brass players, and I had an opportunity to speak with the creators of both of them, so I wanted to share some of their story and some of that information with you. I'm very excited to announce also that I am a new endorser of Robinson's Remedies, and this is a product that I have been using for a little bit now. I found out about it first at the ITG conference, and that's when I first tried it out, and I'm very happy to be sharing this with you. So I've got 2 different products from their lineup here. They actually have 3 different products, and I'm gonna discuss all 3 of them very quickly. So here is the Lip Renew, and then there is the Lip Renew Recovery Stick, and they also make a lip repair. And the lip repair is the first product that they created. So Kenny Robinson, he created he's the Robinson in Robinson's Remedies. Kenny Robinson, he created the lip repair for himself originally. It wasn't to sell. And the reason he created it is because his entire life he has been getting cold sores, and it was really affecting his playing. And he was doing great gigs. He was on the road with Maynard Ferguson. He was doing some big shows. and they would pop up at the wrong moment and make his life miserable. And he actually contemplated quitting the trumpet because it was getting so bad. So he thought to himself, there's got to be something I can do, something I can create that will allow me to keep playing trumpet, that will allow my chops to repair themselves and to feel better. And that is how he created Lip Repair, the original product. And that product is designed for all trumpet players, but specifically for people who get cold sores, because it actually helps repair your chops, and it actually helps them heal faster. Kenny spent a lot of time researching and studying, understanding what is causing cold sores, what's behind them, what causes them to flare up. He was reading up on the latest research that was coming out in regards to treating them, and he started incorporating all of that into a homemade mixture that he was making, that he was using on the road to try and allow him to keep playing the trumpet. And after a few months, he came out with his first formula, and he tells me that the original formula actually smelled and tasted terrible. However, over 8 or 10 years, he actually refined the formula, and he really honed it in and created something that trumpet players all over love. So he started giving it to his friends, even friends of his who didn't get cold sores. They started using it and putting it on their chops, and they were telling him, hey, this is great, my chops feel better, I'm recovering faster, they're just feeling better day to day. Why don't you make something for us, something that is aimed at people who don't need all of that extra stuff for cold sores? So that is when he came up with the Lip Renew. And this is a product that you use when you play the trumpet, all right? You can use this before you play, while you're playing, and then after you're playing as a recovery. And it's really designed for that. And it's different from, Blistex or Chop Saver, or a lot of these, which are designed to protect your lips and keep them moisturized and protect them from the sun or protect them from the wind. This is designed to help your chops while you're playing. And then he created also the Lip Renew Recovery Stick. And this is the first wax-free stick that is out there. And it's an extended release. So what they noticed was that products that had wax in them, they had a tendency to kind of trap everything in the wax, and it didn't necessarily get into your chops, and it was creating a barrier. So he created a wax-free stick, and this allows everything to get directly into your chops. And the thing about Robinson's Remedies, when you put this on, it's not just that you're putting it on your lips like you would a chapstick, you're actually putting it around the lips. And what it's doing is it's getting into the muscles surrounding your lips, and all the ingredients inside are helping clear lactic acid. It's helping reduce swelling and aid in recovery, and you're just gonna start feeling better immediately as soon as you start using it. Check out their website. I've put a link below. This is endorsed by a lot of trumpet players, and I think it's a great product. So if you haven't tried it out, I really would encourage you to try it out. One more thing to add. Kenny was telling me something very interesting. Apparently there are a couple different medications or prescriptions that you can take if you get cold sores that will help reduce the intensity or the duration so that you heal faster. However, they're not designed to be taken every single day. And if you're a trumpet player, you really want to have something that you can use every single day that's gonna basically kind of keep them at bay as a preventative measure. That way it's not going to pop up and interfere with your playing, or if it does, then the duration isn't going to be that long. So the Lip Repair, that's something you can use every single day, and you don't have to worry about it being bad for your liver or anything. So that was a very cool thing to learn, and it's really great that he was able to come up with a product that helps so many brass players, and I imagine it just helps so many people in general that are out there. Now, there are other ingredients in this Robinson's Remedies. As I mentioned, it is designed to help heal your chops and reduce inflammation, and one of the things that's in there is Arnica. I've been using Arnica for a number of years now. I learned about it way back when I was a student at Oberlin. My teacher, Roy Poper, and then the trombone professor at the time, Jim DeSano, they both were talking about Arnica. So I used to get Arnica like this, in a little bottle, and these are little pills, and basically you put it under your tongue and you let it dissolve, and it helps reduce inflammation. And this is a natural remedy. It comes from a flower, I believe. And it's one of the ingredients amongst many others that really help make this a product that is great for trumpet players. Moving on to Chop Saver, and this is another product that uses Arnica. And the two products on this table that were created by brass players, they both have Arnica in it. And that's because they know that it helps with swelling and recovery. So that's a great thing to have. And check this out, Chop Saver, I've been using this for years. I always have a tube of it in my case when I'm on the road, especially if you're flying a lot and you're in airplanes and you're going from time zone to time zone. Some weeks I find myself in the snow and then in sandals, just because I am touring all over the country. So it's very important to have something like this, basically just to protect my chops. And this is the original one. This is the original Chop Saver, and there is one other one. Both of them are fresh citrus. However, this one here has SPF 15, and it is really important that we have some type of SPF in our chapstick or whatever we're putting on our lips. Just the same if they dry out, because the humidity is very low and we're dehydrated. They can also get dried out and chapped if they get burned. So we want to make sure that we are protecting them all the time. Chop Saver was created by a trumpeter, Dan Gosling, who was really trying to help brass players recover and feel better day to day. So Dan was playing professionally for many years. He did 3 one-year contracts in the Indiana Symphony Orchestra while they were looking for a new music director. And then, lo and behold, Tom Hooten comes around and beats him in the audition. And I mean, Tom is a monster player, and we all have seen where he's gone. So Dan had a little bit of time off, and he was meeting with one of his buddies, and his friend was telling him about Arnica. Well, the next day he was so struck after hearing about Arnica and these natural remedies that could really help your chops feel better, that he started researching and he started trying to make a product that would help heal the lips and have them recover quicker. So Dan tells me that he actually put it together pretty quickly, and in the span of about 2 months, he said he made 17 or 18 different iterations until it really finally came together. And he said at that point his wife thought that he had kind of lost it a little bit and that maybe he was going through a midlife crisis. However, now we've got this great product, Chop Saver, and he's really made something that is perfectly suited for brass players. Now, he told me that it was important that it was petroleum and camphor free. And looking at the ingredients here, there's a lot of organic ingredients. This is really something that he is trying to have it be a pure and great product for people. And of course, there is Arnica in it, and there is vitamin E, which I'm going to get to in just a minute. There's vitamin E in Robinson's Remedies as well, and that is actually something also that was mentioned in the Positive Trumpeters Worldwide survey. So a lot of great things in Chop Saver, and of course Chop Saver is endorsed by so many great trumpeters. I will say in the survey that I did, there were a lot of trumpet players who actually use both of these products. They use Chop Saver during the day, and then while they're playing and for recovery, they use the Robinson's Remedies. And they really find that to be a perfect balance. So it is great that we have products created by trumpeters for trumpeters in order to keep our chops healthy. Now, before we get on to the results of the poll, let's talk about this giveaway. So I actually have 3 tubes of Chop Saver, and then I have 2 different Robinson's Remedies to give away. And a very big thanks to Dan Gosling at Chop Saver and to Kenny Robinson at Robinson's Remedies for sending these extra tubes so that I could do some giveaways. If you want to get in on this giveaway, this is what you've got to do. There's just a couple things to do. First, make sure you are subscribed to my channel here on YouTube. Then go down into the comments and write in the comments either Robinson's Remedies or write Chop Saver, or you can leave 2 comments and write both of them. Then you need to go over to Instagram and follow Robinson's Remedies and follow Chop Saver, and then in their latest picture, just leave a comment and tag me in it at Josh Rzepka. That way I know that you were there. And in 1 week, I will pick 5 random winners, and 3 of you will get a Chop Saver and 2 of you will get a Robinson's Remedies, and that's it. So tell your friends, tag your friends, let them know, because it's a good opportunity to try something new and to get something for free. All right, now let's get into this poll that I did in Positive Trumpeters Worldwide. So here are the results. The top 10 coming in with 79 votes is the Robinson's Remedies. And no surprise here, this is a great product and people love it. And coming in close second with 77 votes is the Chop Saver. Again, no surprises here. This is such a great product. Trumpeters love it. And I would venture to say that most of the trumpet players that I know use either Robinson's Remedies or the Chop Saver. And you really got to take that seriously. If top pros, if people who depend on their lips are using these products, there is something in them that is helping them and that is working. Coming up in third place was Burt's Bees. Let's see where that's at. Burt's Bees, I know this is a very popular one. So many people love this product because it's natural ingredients and the packaging is recycled. You know, people like the whole beeswax thing, and I never personally really got into Burt's Bees. Previously, I used to always use Blistex. And so the next one on the poll in fourth place, there's actually a tie, and that was between Blistex and Carmex, and that was the regular Blistex and then Carmex. And this one up here, I've used that for years, and that was my go-to prior to these Robinson's Remedies and Chop Savers. I used to rock this Blistex all the time, and sometimes still, if I'm on the road and I left my go-to at home, I know that I can always find this in a drugstore or in a gas station. You know, you can get this everywhere. Carmex, I've never tried before. I don't really know anything about it. But it seems to be popular. I think this is another product that is popular with people who get cold sores. Next up on the list, coming in on fifth place, is Blistex again, but this is the Blistex DCT. Check this out. This is the daily conditioning treatment for lips. This one has SPF in it, just like the other Blistex, and it also has vitamin E in it, and that is a common thread between a lot of these products that people really respond to and they like. It's got vitamin E that really helps your chops feel better. I've never used that one, but people recommended it, and I'm sure it is just as good, maybe better than the other Blistex. Number 6 on the list, it's actually not any of these. It's going all the way back to the beginning. Water. This is the recommendation that came in number 6. Some people, they're not using any of these. They just really make sure that they stay hydrated, and that is enough for them, apparently, to keep their chops feeling great. Number 7, Chapstick Moisturizer. Let's see what I've got here. I've got a regular chapstick here, and we've all seen it. They've got it at every Walgreens and every CVS and every gas station, and this is classic cherry. There's nothing in here that smells anything like a real cherry. It is completely artificial, and this is mostly petroleum. I'm not really sure if this is such a great product, but that's what a lot of people are using. Coming up at number 8, we have another tie. People are saying here, nothing. So there are people that said they do nothing. And then that was also tied with the number of people that said they go to tequila in order to keep their chops feeling good. So I'm not sure I would really recommend that. For all of my younger players there, definitely not. I think maybe if your chops are really chapped and feeling terrible, that perhaps if you're drinking tequila, then you won't be thinking about it that much. But I can't recommend tequila. Perhaps that was also a little bit of a joke. Coming in number 9 in the poll, we have liquid vitamin E, and I've heard this from a couple different trumpeters. They get the little vitamin E tablets. They're like these gel tablets, and they break them open and they spread it on their lips before they go to bed. And in the morning, apparently their lips just feel wonderful and they are hydrated. You can also get vitamin E in a little dropper bottle. I didn't buy either of those because it was actually kind of expensive. Then coming in at number 10, we actually have 3 people say that they use Vaseline, and that's not something I've ever tried. I do know one trumpet player that has told me that he has been using Vaseline for decades. So some people, I guess that works for them. You know, when you've got something like Robinson's Remedies, and you've got something like Chop Saver, something that was designed by a trumpet player for us, I don't know what you're doing going with any of these other things, because there is a product that is going to be better, that is really going to help you out. So we also have a couple honorable mentions. It was also recommended Aquaphor. Some trumpet players really like this. A couple people voted for this and wrote it in the comments. This is a lip repair for severely dried lips. It's got some of the similar ingredients as some of the other products, but it is paraben-free, fragrance-free. So if you are sensitive to different fragrances, maybe this is a good option for you. And it also has vitamin E, but it doesn't have Arnica. So, you know, it's not going to really help your chops feel that much better, and it's not going to really, take the swelling down. It's just going to be fixing how chapped they are. And remember, we're playing the trumpet. We're dealing with a couple different things. If they're getting dry and chapped, that's one issue. If they are sore and bruised from playing a lot, that is a completely different issue. And these other products that aren't designed for trumpet players, that aren't designed for trauma, they're really not going to help us with that other aspect. And then someone wrote olive oil. Apparently some people put olive oil on their face in order to keep their chops feeling good. I cook with olive oil and put it on my salad, but I haven't had any experience just putting it on my lips. So that is the top 10. I'm going to give an honorable mention here also to one more. This is an alternative. If you really like the Burt's Bees, then I want you to check this out. This is Beessential, and it's another product. This is my cousin's company, and they are great. So a shout out to Beessential. So that is everything from the pull. And before we finish up, one more very important thing that I left out earlier, and this is something that is actually in our control. Now, the environment is not in our control. The humidity, the weather, the sun, everything out of our control. We can drink a lot of water, that's in our control. But the other thing that we can do is just be smart with our playing and with our practice. Don't bash the horn in your face. Don't use too much pressure. When you're practicing, make sure that you take breaks, that you don't just play for an hour, for 2 hours straight. Put a break in there. 20 minutes on, 10 minutes off. Be smart about things, and your chops will thank you. They will feel better. Make sure that you warm up. Make sure that if you've got a really hard gig or practice session that you cool off afterwards, that you do some long tones, some soft playing, some pedal tones, something to get your chops centered again and feeling good. That's just a little tip that I want you to keep in mind. Be smart with your playing, be smart with your practice, and that's going to really do a lot to help you take care of your chops so that they feel better every single day. Well, that is all I have for today. I hope that you found this helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. Leave a comment and let me know which ones of these you use. I would be pretty interested to know what everyone here on YouTube is using. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.